Okay, we're going to look at the probability question from the 2020 paper 1, November 2020 paper 1 exam. And here we go. It starts off with a question about a telephone number. Well, the area code's got 3 digits. The exchange code, whatever that is, has 3 digits. And the number has 4 digits. Now the question is, how many different telephone numbers can you make with this number? 3 digits here, 3 digits here, 4 digits there. Altogether, there's 10 digits. Now, a lot of these probability questions, what I like to do with them is I like to think about, okay, let's start with the first digit. How many choices do I have? Well, there's 1 to 9 plus 0. I've got 10 choices in the first box. In the second box, for the second digit, if I'm allowed to repeat numbers, I've got 10 more choices, and so on and so on. In 10 places, it'd be 10 to the 10th power. And that's your answer. But I like to use these boxes to do the rest. Now, they say, what would happen if we had some restrictions on the area code, on the exchange code, and on the number? Let's take a look at these restrictions. It says the area code must be 3 digits, but the first digit cannot be a 0 or a 1. So you go right to that first digit and you go, okay, it can't be a 0 or 1. Well, that means how many numbers are left? How many things can it be? Well, then the number you'd put in there is 8. And then in the next box, you have 10 choices, and then another 10 choices. And that's why, I've written down here 8 times 10 squared, 8 times 10 times 10. If we read the next thing, the exchange code must be 3 digits. The first and the second digits cannot be a 0 or a 1. So that means in this next exchange code one, you only have 8 choices in the first thing because it can't be a 0 1. The next one's only got 8. That's why I put 8 times 8, 8 squared. But the last box, the last place, you can get 10 choices. So I put 10 there. Okay, now the very last one says uh, the 4 digit number um, and the first digit must be a 0 or a 1. So in your first box, there's only 2 choices here, but there's actually going to be 4 boxes here, 4 choices you get to make, 2 in the first one, and then you've got 10 in the ones after that. Well, there it is. You multiply all those choices together and you'll get your answer. Well, 8 times 8 squared is 8 cubed. This is 10 squared times 10, 10 to the 6. So it's 2 times 8 cubed times 10 to the 6. If you put that in your calculator, you'll get 1,024 million. That's how many telephone numbers. That's 1 billion, uh, 24 million. So, okay, so that's it. That's how many telephone numbers. Now it says determine the probability that any randomly chose 10-digit number would be a valid one. Well, you only have this many valid ones. The total number of possible ones is 10 to the 10th. So you use that answer you got in 10.1 and you make a fraction. If you put that in your calculator and press equals, it'll give you 64 over 625. And it turns out that that fraction is 10.24%. 64 divided by 625, your chance of having a valid number, uh, if you pick them out of randomly out of all the possible numbers, would be 10.24%. Well, that's question 10, all done.